Hello guys, how's it going? Football Manager 2021 is finally here after what seems like the longest day ever, and I for one can't wait to get going. Let me know who you're going to be playing as in your first save in the comments section down below, and just before we get started, I'll quickly run through the aim and a few rules for this series. So the aim for this series is to win the top division in every playable country in the game. There's 56 nations when you start the game that you can choose, and I'm going to try and win the top league in all of those. I'm not going to download any extra countries divisions to play in because that would just make this even more difficult than it already is. There's just a few rules that I've made up as well for this challenge. So we're going to start unemployed with no coaching badges. We have to find a job that could be at any club in any country. Once we win the top division in that country, we must immediately resign and look for a job in the next country starting with that letter, or move to the next letter alphabetically if all countries of that letter have been completed. If I get sacked at any point, I must get a job in the same country. You can't leave until you've won the league. So all that's left to do now is to fasten your seatbelt, prepare for takeoff as we follow in the footsteps of many an aging rock band and depart to our first destination on our world tour. So these are the leagues that we are going to have active to start with. You'll notice I've only put the top divisions of each of these countries. That's because we want to get started with our first top division league win as soon as possible. And also these leagues are ranked 1 star and 1.5 stars. So really coming in with no reputation and no coaching badges, I should theoretically be able to get a job at possibly one of the poorer teams in these leagues. Now, I did try this challenge in a previous edition of the game, and it took me a couple of seasons to get a club job. I managed a couple of international under-20s teams for the first 2 seasons, and then Aberystwyth came in for me in the third. So it could take a little while, but hopefully we will get a job soon. So we've set the game to start with Wales' pre-season date, which is early July 2020, as that just gives us more time to find a job, I guess, until the season starts. Okay, so I've just been told here that Indonesia won't be active for 9 months once I start the game. So Indonesia, we're not going to be able to manage there just yet. You never know, we might still be unemployed by that point and we might get a job there then. But I'm going to start the game anyway. So we're going to use this lovely little profile that I've created. Look at his little tracksuit there. I love that. I love the jacket. I didn't have Football Manager 2020, so I don't know if this is a new edition or not, but I really like the full tracksuit look here. And then obviously we are setting to no coaching badges. Sunday League footballer. I've got to be a motivator in that tracksuit. Mr. Motivator. That's my name. So there's 3 jobs available at the moment. We have 1 in Ireland and 2 in India. So we'll take them one at a time. Waterford FC is the Irish one. They have a reputation of 2 stars. Our reputation is 1/2 star. So probably not very likely to get this one, but I'm going to apply for it anyway. Next is Chennai City of the Indian National Football League. Their 1.5 star reputation. Apply for that one. And the other one is Tidham Road Athletic Union FC. 1 star. So that's probably the more likely destination for us. But we'll see where they go. All applications received, and I'll come back to you. I won't come back to you with interviews because they're pretty much all identical, but I'll come back to you if I get a offer. So here we go. That didn't take long at all. Chennai City have offered me the job of manager, so we'll start negotiations and we'll have a look at their club culture. So they're offering me £1,200 a week. Don't really care about that. 1-year contract, fair enough. The club culture is to play possession football, which is how I normally play on Football Manager anyway. They want to develop players using the club's youth system, sign players from the lower levels of the domestic game, and sign Indian players. So it's sort of a homegrown kind of save that'll be taken on here. Ongoing is to work within the wage budget, and they want to avoid a relegation battle this season and continue being an established National Football League team for the rest of the seasons. Seems pretty straightforward. Obviously, we're going to want to challenge for titles, but I'm going to finalise the deal there. Exit talks. We'll take a bit of a closer look at Chennai City Football Club. So last season they finished 7th, but the season before that they actually won the league. So perhaps there's some players there that have a taste of that success from that season, although that does seem to be an outlier rather than the norm, as they finished 8th in the 2 seasons before that. Media prediction is 10th, which is second bottom. Not great. Indian Arrows are exempt from relegation. Why is a team Okay, so 2 teams are exempt from relegation in an 11-team league. Makes things interesting. So we could finish 9th and get relegated. So there we have it. There's the news item. Chennai City Football Club hire me, and hopefully this is the start of a victorious time with Chennai. So here's their best 11. We'll have a look at their hot prospect, who is Lijo Francis, who's a 20-year-old Indian right midfielder. First touch of 11's pretty decent. Technique 10. Yeah, I'm assuming this is around the right level for this league. I don't expect to see many attributes above 11, I would say. So he looks pretty good. And then our key players, apparently Pradeshan Mariadasan, who is a 22-year-old centre-back who's got excellent head and 14 there. Anything in the air, he should be knocking that straight out of the box. And 16 determination, I like that. Top earner is Kieran Das, who's a right back. His tackling's pretty good, 10 tackling, but no other standout technical attributes. A lot of aggression and very determined. Quite fast as well. And there, of course, is our club vision and 5-year plan. And one thing that intrigues me in the club vision is developing players using the club's youth system. Now, does that mean we've got a good youth system? Facilities, okay. Youth facilities.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
So we don't have a good youth facilities. So that's something that might have to be improved if we're here for long enough. Hopefully we won't be, like I keep saying. So we'll have a more in-depth look at the squad and our tactics in the next episode before we play our first game. But just a quick glance at who the coach reckons is our best players. Obviously, we've looked at Pradeshan Mariadasan, the centre-back, but we've got this guy, Joksan Das, who's an attacking left midfielder. His attributes aren't too great in the technicals, struggling to get above 5 in any of them apart from passing, which he's got 6 in. He's full of flair, a lot of work rate. He's going to try hard at least, and quite aggressive. It's the second player that I've seen with quite high aggression. Jude Felix Nixon is another top player that we've got. Apparently heading and tackling solid for centre-back there. That looks like a pretty unbeatable centre-back partnership in the form of Jude Felix Nixon and the other guy whose name I can't remember. Mariadasan. Yeah, that's going to be a struggle to remember at all. But yeah, that looks like a pretty decent centre-back pairing. Pravitu Raju is a right winger, and he's apparently one of our better players too, but he's got good long shots, I guess. Everything else seems a bit meh. Well, that's in his technical anyway. His mental's quite good. Aggressive. We're so aggressive. Would not want to start a fight with the Chennai City boys. And then Jishnu Balakrishnan is our other top player according to our coach. He's got mark and passing of 9. Decent again, right back. He's not very fast, so is he more of a defensive? Yeah, he's more of a defensive right back. So he's not going to be bombing up and down the wing. But yeah, that's a pretty decent player. This is a bit concerning. In the hierarchy, we don't actually have any team leaders or highly influential players, so perhaps we need to get them in. I mean, I'm not going to have much money to spend. I think it's about £90,000 transfer budget, so it's going to be free transfers and loans if they're even a possibility in India. I don't know the rules in India. I'm assuming so. That feels like a stupid thing to have said now. But yeah, we also have to bear in mind that we need to buy Indian talent, and we need to look at the lower divisions of the Indian football system to get those players as well, which is going to prove difficult. So this is how the finances look. They're looking at quite healthy at the moment. 916,000 overall balance, almost $1 million. Transfer budget 90 grand, wage budget 4,770. So we've got about 800 left to spend. when you look at what we're currently spending. I can't imagine many of our players are worth that much either in terms of selling. No, 9.5 grand is our highest valued player. So like I said, it's going to be free transfers, I reckon. We were apparently in the Asian Champions League as well. We got knocked out in the first preliminary round. That must be from the season before. Okay, from the season before, that makes sense. So looking at our fixtures, we start the season off against Punjab FC, which is where I will join you for the next episode. There'll probably be some transfers coming in. I don't imagine we'll be moving many people on, if anyone. But that is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel to get all my content when it comes out, and hit that notification bell to be notified. And I'll see you next time.